Happy Sunday. Good afternoon, everyone. RVDebs here with you. And I thought I would chat live and see who's out there today. Let me set things up. It's been much cooler here in Texas, which I am excited about. Let me find myself here so I can see if anybody's on here to talk to me. Let's see. Here we go. Okay, got it. So anyway, it's Sunday afternoon. The sun is out, but it's been raining for about 4 days in a row, 3, 4 days. And I'm grateful because it just made the weather so much better, so much easier to take. So how's everybody today? Anybody out want to say hello? I'm here to answer any questions. I don't see anybody. Okay. I've got 6 viewers. That's good to know. Hi, Linda. How are you today? Welcome to, I guess it's like Sunday happy hour, you know? I recently went on basically a little vacation, and I got back this week, and I'm happy to be home. Hi, Mama Five. How are you today? Good to see you guys. Yeah, you know what? There's no place like home, and that's the truth. I mean, I had this long, long drive, and on the way, I went to Kansas City, and it was quite the drive. On the way there, I stopped at an Airbnb on the first night and spent the night somewhere right near what's it called? Well, Tulsa, town called Jenks. Then I got up and drove another 4.5 hours, 5 hours to Kansas City. Did y'all see my video about that? I did do a 3-parter. I had a blast. But boy, am I glad to be home. And our weather is just starting to feel so good. It's in the 70s today. Can't beat that. So how are you guys doing? Talk to me. Oh, I just thought, I hadn't done a live stream for a while, and I thought I'd do one this afternoon for a little while. Not sure how many people are going to join in. I hope more. It always helps to have people. I've got 11 watching. That's good. Yeah, so it's just a wonderful Sunday. I actually went to church today, and I know I don't usually go to church, but at family night last night, everybody was talking about the music at church and my favorite song they were going to play. And so I said, okay, I'll go. And I forced myself to go to bed and get up. Oh, great, Linda. Yeah, I enjoyed putting the videos together. I look back, and I was videoing Burn Kelly, which is one of my favorite groups in the world. Irish, 2 guys from Ireland. They do Irish music, contemporary music, a little bit of everything, and they're adorable guys. Loved watching them in live. Anyway, so that was cool. That was like a bucket list. I could check off something. But I wish that I'd have videoed even more of the music, but I just got little bits of it. Yeah. I'm planning on going up to the Dallas area end of November, and I'm going to see the whole entire group, Celtic Thunder. They're in their 10th year, and this is like Celtic Thunder 10 is the name of or X is the name of the symphony show. Another thing to look forward to. But I actually was looking online last night, and they're doing a show in Midland, Texas. I didn't know that. So I would have probably gone to the one in Midland that's a little closer. Snowdebs, hi. She says don't copyright claims. Not all the time. If you play only I think it's 7 seconds of a song, you don't have to pay. So I didn't get any problems with it though. You know, if you're going to play someone's complete song, I think you're going to have to do something with copyright, but they didn't bother me at all on it. And it's free advertisement for them, so. So I'm trying to get myself, not trying, the word trying is kind of ridiculous. You either do something or you don't. Hi, Marcy. How's California today? Probably beautiful. It is beautiful in Texas today. We have some blue skies, clouds, just puffs of clouds and nice sun, and it's in the 70s. That's about as good as it gets. This morning when I went to church, I saw all these roadblocks in front of the church, and yes, I did. And a guy from our church, I think he fell asleep at the wheel, and he had a crash right like where he took down 2 poles and a stop sign, and gratefully he wasn't hurt. Hi, Pamela. Linda asked if I painted a new flower. I did. You want to see it? I think it's really kind of cool. It's a bit of an abstract. 1 minute. How are you, Pamela? Having a good Sunday? Yep. I do it out of acrylic. Do you like it? Hello, Self Camper Van and Ponies. Good to see you from the UK. Nice of you to stop in. Welcome. Yeah, I like this painting. I think it turned out fun and turned out good. Yeah, it's in my Etsy shop if anyone wants it. Hi, Mike. Thank you. Yeah, I need to paint some more, and I will. Haven't done it in the last week or so. Well, I had a problem with, I don't know if some of you know this, but I live in a travel trailer, and it's a 27-foot Salem, LE, I believe it's called, by Forest River. Anyway, I had a leak right before I left town, actually, like the day before. I noticed water coming through, like where I put my dog's water dish down. And I'm thinking, uh-oh, maybe they bumped into the water dish. Hey, Joan. But it wasn't. There was water coming underneath. I have a big cabinet for my pots and pans under that. And so I went to the bathroom to see if it was leaking in the toilet area or the sink. And I went out and turned the water off and started blotting up all the, toweling up all the water. And then Mark and Kathy came over. And Mark's pretty handy, actually, because he used to be a plumber. So, the only way, I'll have to show it on my next video, the only way to get to this leak was to take everything out of the pots and pan cabinet, but it wasn't even there. It was underneath the cabinet. So yeah, it was a pump, but you couldn't see it in the bathroom. We opened it all up. As a matter of fact, now I have a new storage closet where I used to have a wall. It's an empty space. It was like a wasted space they closed off. And so I have a new space. But anyway, the pump was leaking, and that's the pump that makes the, I guess, the water pump through when you're on like your tank water, not city water. Mike says, I can't stay. I just wanted to say hi. Ah, well, thank you for coming in. I appreciate that. Yeah, so we turned the water off and I left town after, and we put a fan on it and cleaned it up as much as you can dry up the wood. These things aren't made that well. There's particle board. It's crazy. Anyway, after that, I left, and so Mark and Kat basically, well, I think Mark did it. He took the cabinet door that we needed to get to off, And my dear family member, Joey, he's like a 23 or 24-year-old. He came and took the pump out. And he connected the pieces. I didn't need the pump, so he bypassed them. He bypassed it, and now I have water running. And he's going to order the pump eventually. He'll put it back in there. But I don't plan on moving my trailer and filling water in the container that holds water. I don't know what you call it, but yeah, in the RV they have a water tank, and you can fill it with like water and take off and go camping. So I'm not using that anyway. So yeah, I got water again. It's terrible to not have running water. You don't realize just how important it is, to your life. We're all so spoiled, really. But it wasn't, I had water jugs, so it wasn't that bad. And I'm just glad I have my water running again. How was everybody's weekend? Anybody do anything fun? I just uploaded a video. It's actually uploading as we speak. And it's got basically Friday and Saturday, family night, and Bud's. We went to dinner. And also a lot of rain. I showed the rain. Hi, Mary. Welcome. Good to see you guys. Yeah, so I'm lucky. I'm so fortunate because had I been somewhere else and not really known how to get to that leak, I don't know what I would have done. So I'm very fortunate to like live in my little town. And when I went away for 5 days, I was really looking forward to coming home. And yes, it's just an RV and it's small, but it's mine. No place like home. Hi, Amanda. Joan RV Adventures says, getting my travel trailer out of storage this week to prepare for my trip west. Oh, that's going to be fun. It's a complete different lifestyle, but you get used to it. I know. I don't know what to do. I actually almost got my hair cut right before I went to Kansas City. I thought maybe I'll just, get it where I first got it cut. I don't know. When it's this long, I can put it in a ponytail when it's hot. When it's real short, I can't. So, I don't know. Do you think I should grow it back long or keep it short? What do you guys think? I've got kind of a natural flip going on. Yeah, well, that's what's going on with me. So I'm uploaded a video today, and uh you have ponies? Longer is more me, huh? Thank you. I had short hair for so many years, like really short, like, you know, like what you would call it, really short, like a little almost boy's cut with long up here. Um, and then I was starting to make hair adornments, so I let it grow long so I could wear them. Short and natural. Well, it is natural. I don't have any color on my hair. So if I do get it cut, it won't be short, just a little shorter. Hey, looking good. Welcome. Happy Sunday. How's Florida? Yeah, I don't have any dye in my hair at all. This is all just my own silver, and I'll call it silver, not gray. It's been raining here we had rain for like 3 days in a row. Just as a matter of fact, it rained so hard one of the nights. My truck was parked I don't know how exactly this happened, but my truck was parked and there's an overhang. And I guess the water coming down so hard, it filled the door. My actual left passenger behind me door was filled with water. And when I went driving, I could hear something slushing back and forth. I was like, what? And then I parked it and it drained all out. Hot and wet down in Florida. No, you didn't miss anything. Hi, Mia. Well, I'm going silver now too. I'm not gonna call it gray. Hi, Orange Tabby. How are you? Like my husband was a silver fox, so yeah. My roots are white in the right in here. Almost looks like I don't have any hair, but I do. Yay, roots. That's the thing about, when you get older. Hi, Catherine. Linda says, are you still planning on going camping with RV Fat Cat in the future? Remember you talked about it. No, I'm not going to be going. So glad you got that. Yes, I'm glad I got it sorted out too. No, I am not going there. I went to Kansas City. That was my big getaway. And so no. What else? Any other questions? I got the answers. Yeah, I'm really glad my water's back on, and I had no problem on the road. Oh yeah, the water in the door. Can you imagine? I don't know what it was, and even we looked at it, and it must have just hit something just right. It was weird, but it's empty. It emptied by itself. Yeah, time changes things, and plans change. Yeah, people change, situation changes. I think the only thing in life that you can count on is change. And never get too used to anything because it'll change. I'll drink to that. So I've been home now for a few days, and I've really enjoyed being home. And I'm so glad the weather's not like, it was so hot for so many. It felt like forever, but June, July, and August was horrible here. How are you, Catherine? Having a good Sunday? Having a good weekend? Right, Amanda? She said, Amen, sister. It's the best part of life, change. You never get stuck forever. Nope. What goes around comes around, too. Thank you, Catherine. I like the flower, too. I do like painting flowers. It's funny because, like, sometimes you think that you've got your life all planned. You think you got the road all paved out for yourself, and you're on it, and then all of a sudden, like the road drops off or it curves, crazy new place, and you have to hang in there. You have to hold on. Hi, Joe. Joe said he's starting to get gray hairs in places I don't like. Yeah, well, that's what it is. You get older and you get hair where you didn't ever have it before. You lose it where you want it. Yeah, but that's it. Like I survived a lot of stuff in my life, and when I was 24, my sister passed away. That was a big change for my family. So and life that changed life, all of our directions. And then later on in life, like uh, you lose a father and a mother, or whatever, like that kind of loss is another change. And then you wake up and you're like older yourself, and then you lose your husband or your wife, and you just hang in because things change. And you know Joe Copley says, hi Deb. Hi Joe. Do you think you will go to the RTR this year? If I'm able to, I want to. I definitely want to. I took the drive to Kansas City for a few reasons. And one of the reasons, of course, was to go see Byrne and Kelly, which is this fantastic group that I love, Irish band. But really, another reason was to see how it was to get on the road by myself. And I drove like about 10 hours worth of driving, which for me is a lot. And I enjoyed the drive. It was uneventful, which is always good. I just not sure if I could never like constantly live on the road because I really don't want to drive all the time. I don't think that would be that fun. I'm sorry, Catherine. She says she's got a contagious eye infection. So you got some antibiotics and you're hanging out, going stir crazy. Well, I'm sorry you have an eye infection, and I'm glad you got taken care of. So it's going to get better. See, there you go. This too shall pass. Good stuff and bad stuff. So if bad things happen, you know that they're going to pass. It's not always going to be bad things. And then good things happen, and just be real grateful that good things are happening because they're not always going to be happening. Isn't it crazy? And I guess it takes 60 some years to like really, learn all these things. Sometimes I wish that well, we all say this. I wish I knew now, you know, the things I know now and was young and had the energy that I used to have. Because on my trip, I stayed at this in Kansas City. I booked this Airbnb and there were all these stairs. Now I knew there were going to be stairs to the front of the house because I did see a picture. They were concrete stairs, like old houses, big like a big hill, and people had big driveways going up, and then porches, and then the entrance to the home, and no banisters. And if I was young, that house was really a cool house. I didn't take many pictures of it, but it was real interesting art and just kind of like a hippie woman, like a gypsy lady in her 30s maybe, owned the house. But the stairways killed me. I couldn't bring my suitcase up. I wanted my laptop and I wanted all this stuff to be comfortable. And it wasn't. I just never felt that comfortable in her house. And most Airbnbs, I stayed at 3 of them, and they always show you the house and make you feel very comfortable. But they didn't. Joe says being alone is my problem. I would love to go to the RTR, but it's a long way from Tennessee. Yeah, it's a long way from here too. Hi, Carol, the crazy camper. You don't have to drive all the time. Go to town and stay a few days and relax and see stuff and hang in parks and libraries. Then only drive an hour or less and go slow, or spend a week in the desert. Yeah, if I didn't have my permanent RV park right here, if I didn't have this, I probably would continue, moving. Um, but I want a van. I do want a camping van. I want a van that has a comfortable bed so I can sleep in it. I know that's true, Carol. She says that camper van Carolyn, caravan Carolyn, and Bob Wells, they don't move all the time. No, no, and they've that's what they've decided to do though is to be part of just full time. Our full time van life is different. I live in an RV full time, but I'm not moving. But I do like to see things, so I want to go to the RTR. If I don't have a van by then, I will drive my truck and probably wind up crashing on somebody's couch or get a little tent or something. Looking Good said RV Fat Cat has a new video. Yeah, yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure she's going fishing. Catherine says I have the 2 wonderful Airbnb experiences. One, the front step I couldn't manage. They let me use another entrance. They bent over backwards to make my stay a happy one. Yeah, this lady she was just not, she was with a phone to her, always on the cell phone, walking around when I saw her. She never once really invited me. I said, can I come into the living room? She said, yeah, that was all. She didn't, I don't know. I didn't like her house. Joe says, how many miles on your current truck? I believe you still have time to trade it in. Well, yeah. My truck has 111,000 miles. It's a 2007 Chevy Avalanche. Carol says, or some work and take RV to where they are working for 3 months. Yeah, if I was going to be moving, I'd probably want to stay a month at least everywhere I went. I like to sort of see where I'm at too when I'm traveling. I don't really want to just keep. I just don't like to drive constantly. Hi, Mia. She says the avalanches go forever. My truck drives really good. I love my truck. The only thing is, it's not a comfortable truck to camp in. And but I have seen some really neat looking tent type structures that you can put up real fast. And it's possible to go to the RTR in my truck, but I don't know yet. We'll see. Hi, Adirondack Lily from New York. That's where I was born, New York. What part of New York? There's lots of ways to do it. I just want to go and meet a lot of people and just when I'm away from here, which is this little town in Texas, I want to come home. So it's a nice feeling to go away and get that dose of being on your own, being out, in the world, having an adventure, meeting people you've never met before, and yeah, it was great. Catherine's asking if I splurged. I did not buy anything at all. I didn't buy one thing while I was away. I went to the merchandise tent the second night. I should have gone the first night because I wear like a large t-shirt. Like I like 3X t-shirts, and they didn't have them the second night. I was gonna buy a t-shirt. Um, I'm gonna go to see Celtic Thunder in concert at the end of November. I will get a t-shirt. Messina. I wonder where that is. Is that like a part of, see, New York's huge. New York has like Manhattan, that's New York in its own little world. And then it all the way goes, to Buffalo, which is another world. It's a beautiful state, one of my favorite states. Yeah, the Adirondacks, they're nice to look at in your yard, but not real comfortable to get out of. No, I didn't get a Celtic Thunder hat. They didn't, I don't know if they had, yeah, I guess they had hats. And the Irish Festival had a lot of merchandise. I just I went to get the one time to get merchandise, and I just they didn't have what I really wanted, but I can order it online too, actually. Oh, okay. You're 3 hours from Syracuse. So I was born in Buffalo. I have cousins in Buffalo, which they never leave. These people love Buffalo so much. My dad took us out of Buffalo when I was like 5. He said, "Let's go. We're going to California." So I was brought to LA when I was just a kid. So I feel like I'm from California, but New York too. So it was really a good experience for me to get on the road and drive. On the way home, I had rain, which I don't care to drive in, but it was okay. Um, so that first Airbnb I went to was really nice. It was a beautiful home in a gorgeous neighborhood. They were so friendly and sweet. I had a good night's rest in a great bed. I had my own bathroom, which was nice. The one that was upstairs, I just stayed one night and I couldn't handle it. I felt like I really didn't feel comfortable. I couldn't bring all my stuff up, and my truck was parked on a hill, and it was like, who wants to leave all your good stuff in your vehicle? Hi, Susan. I did have a good time. Thanks. So I wound up going to the Sheraton, and that was beautiful, a beautiful hotel. The room was so comfy, and I enjoyed myself. So I had room service once. It was fun. And on my way home, I stayed at another really nice home. I lost the video of it, but yeah, it was another really pretty home. and I enjoyed that place too. They were each one's a little different too. Like some have baskets of snacks, um, some have bottles of water, and some have like toasters with English muffins and bread, and it's nice. Nice to have coal mining. Mama says, nice trip. So glad to have that you're home safe. Thank you. I am too. I love the B&B, and the other one sucked. Yeah, it didn't suck that it was. I mean, if I was a kid, I could have enjoyed the upstairs and running around downstairs, but these days, no, it's too hard. Hard to grab all your stuff and then have no banister to hang on to. Catherine says, "Do you know Celtic dancers use glue to keep their socks up? I use I use glues to keep my blouses modest, and I have very small shoulders and stuff always slipped." There you go. Learn something every day. Glue. Oh, I'm glad I inspired you, Lily. Acrylic painting, yeah, it's you know what? You just do it. You just take the plunge. That's how I started painting. Hi, Donna. She said it's real cold in Buffalo. Is it real cold in Buffalo? I don't know what it is right now. How much are the Airbnbs? Well, the first one with its bathroom and everything that was near Tulsa was 36 for the night. That was cheap. And then in Kansas City, had I stayed at the Airbnb that had the old house, it was a historical house. I mean, it was cool. It wasn't for me. That was with the tax and everything, 126 for 2 nights. And then the one coming home, I stayed in near Oklahoma City, Edmond, Oklahoma. That was, I think, about $36 also. Thanks, Kathy. I did. I had a pretty darn good time. Um, at the end, um, at the end of my, drive, I could not wait to see my little town. I couldn't wait. So there is no deposit. Little this, little that. You mean the deposit on Airbnbs? No, you just, let's say you're going to go to Dallas. You can say to your phone, you can Google Airbnb Dallas, Texas, and then that's it. And then you just say, you can find out how much it is by when you say book. You're not booked yet. Tells you what the total is, and then you book it. But they don't. I don't know if they charge you right away. I know that the first, I think they do pretty much charge you when you book it. I'm gonna try to find one. I've been looking because I'm going in November. The end of November, I'm gonna go to Grand Prairie, which is right near Dallas, and I'm looking for an Airbnb. I haven't found the one I want to stay in yet. Some of them serve breakfast and some don't. So when you're looking through your Airbnbs and you see one, you click on it. It tells you all about the details. Um, it's supposed to. Catherine says, I spent 2 weeks at an Airbnb in California, 380 for the 2 weeks, full kitchen. Oh, that's great. Use and spices, coffee, tea, oil. Yeah, they provide almost all the stuff you need. They towels, soaps, usually, at least where I've stayed. Hi, Dwayne. Welcome. Yeah, so we're talking about Airbnbs, and I had never used an Airbnb in my life until this year. Are you close to Grand Prairie? Little this, little that. She says she lives in a suburb of Dallas. I think that's what a suburb of Dallas is, Grand Prairie. And there's some hotels too. Now the hotels, I looked it up. You can stay at an Airbnb for between $30 and say $60. That range, $35, $40 average. The hotels are $80. It's a lot more. But I do like I stayed at the Sheraton, and it was nice that it was nobody there but me. It was my room, because when you're in someone's house, Even though you're welcome, and you know, usually you're very welcome and you have your space, but it's different than a hotel. What do you mean some YouTubes advertise discounts, Donna? I don't understand. Little Elm, Texas. That's a sweet name for a little town. Yeah, Arlington. I've heard that. That's close to Grand Prairie. Yeah, Grand Prairie is close to, like, not far from the airport, I think. Right. So I've been looking, and I want to stay. I'd like to stay 2 nights. I'd like to get there the night before the concert, and enjoy wherever I do stay, and maybe meet somebody for dinner. That because there's a lot of people that love the fan groups of Celtic Thunder, and um, but you know, in my videos, I was saying how the girls didn't invite me to go with them anywhere, and didn't save. It was only one person that didn't save a seat for me and knew I was coming, and I forgive her. You know, I don't really know these people that well, so they're not really true friends. Oh, let's see. Yes, let's see. Grand Prairie. So Catherine says I was nervous the first time I used an Airbnb. Yeah, me too. But now I know now that I always stay at Superhosts. They have the best reviews and more experience. 30 minutes from Grand Prairie is not bad, Amanda. Yeah, I like Airbnbs. It's nice to have a homey home, and most of them are very friendly. I mean, I'm sure they are. That's what they do. Yeah, I met this, and it's not even worth talking about. Hi, Jeff. How are you? Beautiful day. Yes, it's a beautiful day here. The sun is out. It's not too hot. It's like in the mid 70s, and it rained for a few days, so it's nice and crisp. You know, how's the weather where you are, Jeff? It rained a lot between like Oklahoma City. That's where it really was raining. And I'd never been to Oklahoma or Kansas, Missouri, or even Kansas. I went through all 3 states a little bit, and it's nice to see other areas. That's the good part of getting in my vehicle and just being free enough to just, you know, go see a new place. But I must say that as soon as I was far away and it was time to come home, I couldn't wait to get home. I'll tell you, Catherine. Donna says in some beauty influencers on there, they write, oh, I think I know what you mean. It's 96 in Orlando and it's sticky. Yuck. Yeah, Florida can be very sticky almost all year. Yeah, our grass is growing again. As soon as it rains, you get everything just shoots up. But we needed the rain too. There's lots of ranchers and farms here, so you know, even though it does flood out a little bit here and there too. Not here, not where I am, but certain streets. On my next video, I passed this street after a major storm rain. Wait till you see it. I have like it looks like a river and it's a street. Catherine's asking me about what I meant. Well, I'll tell you a little bit. Some man I don't know sent me a friend request from Facebook. Now I've had that many times happen. Usually it's nobody. I just ignore it. This guy, I looked at his profile and he kind of looked handsome, and he looked like, you know, close to my age. So, and he had like kids with him and stuff. He just looked like a nice. So I didn't, I didn't, I didn't accept him as a friend yet, but we started communicating and texting, and he lives in Orlando, and he's 62. I don't know who he is, but he seems nice, and you know, he's a widow, and you know, who knows if people are for real or not. It's a shame that we even really have to think like that, but Donna says storming in Louisville due to the Florence storm. Yeah, it's we've had some crazy weather on our country. Between the rains, hurricane-ish and stuff, and fires, it's just really unbelievable. I'm not Chuck says, some man I don't know sounds like the first line of a novel. That's true. Jeff says, I got a pond at the end of my driveway. Yeah, it was amazing how much rain gathered. Catherine says, usually a Facebook profile pic of a guy sitting on a yacht. Then you look at their likes and it's all African music from Africa and all African soccer stars. They get blocked and reported. This guy's a white guy. He's from, we talked on the phone. He's from Malta, but he's been in this country for years. And, you know, he's interested. I have not told him what the name of my YouTube channel is. I don't want him to see my YouTube channel because then he would know all about me and I would know very little about him, and that wouldn't be fair. So I've kept him from my YouTube channel. Kathy says she's from also Louisville, Kentucky. And yes, a lot of rain. I've been to Louisville. I did an arts and crafts show in Louisville, Kentucky. Hey, Susan. Susan says, that's my age, 62, and I'm living in Orlando, but I'm not looking for a male companion. Too busy with my job and taking care of my elderly father that lives with me. Hey, Susan, he's really a nice looking man. He's looking for a partner, but I'm really not looking for a partner at this point. It would have to be magic, and I've only had magic once in my life with my husband. So, but you never know, and I'm open. I love to talk to people, so you know he's interesting. I'm just learning about him, and we'll see. I don't know. He's far away. Yes, Catherine, thank you. Please, everybody, give me a thumbs up. It does help. It really does. Kathy, you live in what is that? Oklahoma? Or is it Oklahoma? Nah, can't be Oklahoma. You have to be smart. I mean, you know, there's nothing wrong with talking to people. I mean, I don't have a problem with that. What kind of RV are you searching for? Hotelix. Yay. So this is what life's all about, isn't it? You know, you meet people. Some people stay in your life forever. Others are quick uh, friendships that you never see again. But once I make a good friend with somebody, I keep my friends. I mean, I've got friends since I was a kid, but not many, just a few. But sometimes it's, you know, you meet someone for a reason and you don't even know why, and one thing leads to another. Oh, Okolona is in Louisville. Okay, I got it. And yeah, I didn't think you made that much of a mistake on Oklahoma. That's what I live in. I live in a travel trailer. How big do you want to travel? Mine's 27 foot, and I did not enjoy pulling it. You're moving to Sisters. Is that in Oregon? Is that where Sisters? Is that what you're talking about? Hey, totally, Kathy. Hi, welcome. Yes, that's a good song. Turn, turn, turn. There's a season. Yeah, you never know why people come into your life, but sometimes it's beyond. You know, they just you never know. So how are you, Kathy? Oh, you're moving to your sister's house. Okay. Yeah, this one's 27 foot. It's good to live in. I enjoy living here. Yes, Kathy, meet Catherine. So we got 68 people watching now. Woohoo! That's great. I'll drink to that. We had a good time at family night. In my next video, you'll see it. Nathan grabbed the camera. I was going to take a video of the food, and Nathan grabbed the camera and pretended to be me showing the food. It was funny. Bosco Talik says, I will be single forever, just me and animals. I'll take some ginger tea, thank you. Never say never is what I learned. Because I don't think I'll ever, I would want to marry again, but, never say never. Thanks, Kathy. She thinks I have a nice channel. I do. I have nice people on my channel. I try not to have too much drama, which is important to me. Diane asked if I like cats or just dogs. I love cats too. I just living in a 27-foot travel trailer with 2 dogs is plenty. But I do like cats a lot. I try. It's easier to be positive and much better for my mind and my health. I have my days. We all do. Oh, Bosco's your doggy's name? Ah. Yeah, I remember 1968. That was a good year. Oh, to have that youth. I do find that I try to make the best out of it. Sometimes I complain. I don't like to complain, and it doesn't come off real good when I do. It's okay. I'm not Chuck. You don't have to be consistent. I think cats are beautiful. Kathy and Mark have a beautiful cat named Charlie, and he's so mellow and very pretty. Yes, Joanne, thank you. Hit the like button for me. I think Charlie's like probably 15 or 16. Yeah, I like cats. And next week, matter of fact, on Wednesday, I'm going to Abilene to my friend Larry's house. I'm going to drive him to the airport, and I'm going to take care of his house for about 5 days. So I'm going to be in an actual home. He's got 2 cats, and he's got 2 acres, and he's got gardens. So I'm going to, you know, take care of his home and house sit. Totally, Kathy said there's so much more drama on YouTube. It might bring viewers. Really, when there is drama, you get a lot more views. So, yeah, I don't like drama. I mean, we could make drama up easily. It's not what I am about. Sometimes, like when I first started my channel, like the first year, I kind of learned, that you can't really tell people how sometimes down you get, because that can spin you out of, like, things happen from that. So you got to be careful how you talk about people, and I am, and my opinions are just my own, and I try to keep them to myself. I Yep, Jeff, the first year, it's a learning process when you're on YouTube. And you just kind of, I didn't really know what to do while I got on YouTube. I'm a communicator, and I found YouTube, and I found the RV life because my husband and I were checking out RVs and learning about stuff. So we were watching everything. And then you realize, that you sound like you're a whiner if you start complaining about stuff, but you can't help it. I mean, if you're really doing a vlog of your life, and I am, it's ups and downs, so I try to get on when I'm positive, when I'm in a good way. Thanks, Jeff. Yeah, I used to really get into like the hangouts and talking to people, but now I figure it's just best to just kind of keep my own thing going on. And Kathy said it takes a while to figure out this society on YouTube. It was a learning curve for me too. Yeah, it is a learning curve. Yeah, there's nothing like walking the dogs in the rain. Well, I've had my YouTube channel for, it's like, April will be 4 years. So 3 years, over 3 years. And I started the YouTube channel because my husband passed away, and I really was just needing some sort of outlet of communication, and this was it for me. That's a long time ago. Yeah, that was my first, when I went to the RV park. My bathtub had, like, when they built RV bathtubs, not all of them, but this one. Hi, Lisa. Um, there's no support beam in the middle of your bathtub, just on the ends, at least on mine. And it's fiberglass, and it was getting older, and it cracked, and I mean, that freaked me out. And boy, was that a drama for me. And I, of course, brought it on I shared it anyway. It wound up getting fixed, but I still don't feel that comfortable in my bathtub. Yes, Donna. My dear, it's Kathy's first grandson, Joey. He came and he took it's a pump. It was underneath at a place that you can't even reach, and he got the pump out and then put everything back together, bypassed it, so I have water, and we're ordering the part. Looking Good says he's been watching my channel since I was at the hilltop. Yeah, I had been on for just maybe about a year. So that was my second year, maybe 6 months into it. I went to, my first place I went to from Florida was dragged the trailer behind my truck to Alabama. Stayed there for about 9 months. I'm a homebody. I really am. I just got home and comfortable and didn't want to move again. Kathy says I started watching Bob Wells because I could not believe that people live full time in their vehicles, especially van dwellers. Thanks. I'm not Chuck. So Lily says, Adirondack Lily says, I'm a small animal pet sitter, small dogs in my home. I also pet sit in other people's homes when I don't have extra dogs in the house. Pretty good money. Yeah, I'm kind of into like house sitting. I'm going to be house sitting, like I said, next week. Catherine says, I usually stay away from chats on YouTube as things get catty. Some people's channels thrive on drama. I don't like that. I mean, at first, the first year of me being on YouTube, I found drama everywhere. It was like, my RV is a 2005. I have shown Charlie. I'll have to put a picture up of him. But there, he's in Kathy's house. So next time I'm over there with my camera, I'll try to do that. Is that how it worked, Julie? She started watching Deborah Joy, and because she lived in her van, I knew nothing about the RV community. It led me to debt. Yeah, yeah, you learn a lot about people, and I didn't realize that many people lived in vans. but I watch, oh man, I'm into it. I watch the van builds. I love to see what people do with a small space. And I would love to have a high top, extra long van. That would be so cool. Hi, minivan, Mike. Yeah, I think it'd be really, really great to have a vehicle that you could be very comfortable in. It would take some time and effort, and because I'd want to have a nice bed and definitely a fantastic fan. Well, that's cool, Bosco. I'm on my sister Kathy's land, and I put in I have a sewer line and I have a water line of my own and electric, and it's totally my little space. Totally, Kathy says Caravan, Carolyn, and some other of her service geezers were here for a few days, and I saw their rigs. It's pretty impressive. Yes, it's really neat. And I was just watching a video. I forget the name of their channel. It's a young couple, and they went to IKEA and got a bed, and just it looks like it would be so much fun. You're all ready, Catherine, right? Tea in hand, vitamins taken, eye drops in. There you go. Now you can see good. So I'm looking forward to my next vehicle being a van. The biggest thing that gets me kind of blocks me from doing it is because I know my truck runs good, and I'm afraid to trade it in and get like a used older van, even though that's what I could afford. Because what if it's not good? What if I get on the road and something goes bad and I'm alone and I am not mechanical. That's something, and I shouldn't let fear. That's like letting fear take me over. But yeah, people. She offered them to sleep in their home, and they preferred their own bed. Yeah, when you build a van, you get used to your bed. You know. No, I haven't heard that. I'm not Chuck. She asked, have you heard about the meetup near Dallas, the last of October? What kind of meetup? I haven't heard. Minivan Mike said, I retire on Thursday and will be able to hit the road and make more videos. Just have to get my solar on yet. Yeah, there you go. Good luck. Oh, that would be nice. My goal, looking good, it says, is a ProMaster 3500 Dodge Extended. Yeah, I'd like that too. So how do you like your Dodge Caravan? That's a pretty small minivan. I've had one of those. I had a Plymouth Voyager, which is the same. I think depending on the size of your engine, minivans are really good on gas, but you get into the bigger engine, bigger body, heavier, you're gonna pay more. But I don't get that much gas mileage in my truck. I mean, my average is between like around 16 miles to the gallon average. So, Mike, it works as long as I don't live in it. Yeah. Well, it's too small to live in it. If I had a minivan, I still would use it. Good, Catherine. She's my room monitor. That's really much better than my truck, but my truck's got a big engine too. Kathy said, I love Carol and she's a good friend. I'd like to meet her. I like her too. She's definitely down to earth. Nice chatting with you too, Bosco. Have a very rested, great day. Give all the pups a hug. Wow. Yeah, I probably won't make it there because I'm going to go towards Dallas in November. Um, Catherine, you can take care of Adil for me if you don't mind. Thank you. Where's Eisenhower? I don't know what that means. Yeah, you did good. Yeah, I loved her when she did Carol. We're talking to Carolyn when she did the thing with her face and she was treating it for skin cancer and she went through, like I don't know how many days of misery. She shared a lot. That was I gotta hand it to her. She was quite the lady. Minivan Mike said I watch all the Vanners and RVers can be very entertaining. Yeah, I watch a lot of them too. There's a lot of people that have channels and talk about their RVs and travel that aren't real big. She looks wonderful now, Jeff. Yeah, I was. She looked bad for a while, but she's very pretty lady, and she looks much better. Self camper van and ponies. I like to have a little van. The van I have is the long wheelbase. That's right, Catherine. She saved lives by showing what you have to do because skin cancer is pretty scary. I need to go to a dermatologist pretty soon. I agree with you, Kathy. Yeah, that must be nice to be tiny. Yeah, so I've never talked to Carolyn, but I someday I hope to be at the RTR and get to give her a hug and meet her in person. Yes, I am, Julie. I'm going to see Celtic Thunder's November 30th performance. I am absolutely looking forward to it. But that's November 30th, so I don't see me going in October. Plus, I don't have any. I'm not in a camper, so that's what's good about Airbnbs, though. At least it's like a touch of home everywhere you go. It's homey, especially if you're in the really good place that you like. It's real nice. Yeah, on my way up to Kansas, I stopped and I took myself to dinner at a Japanese restaurant, and I really enjoyed myself. Yes, Mike. He asked if I'd met anyone that I watch on YouTube. I've met a few people. I haven't I haven't really met any. I'm thinking if there's any of main big channels though. Hi, Libra. But I've had a lot of people stop here because right behind where I'm set up on my friend's property is the city community hall or community center, and there's like 5 or 6 full hookups that people can stay free for a couple nights. And all right, I'm glad. Happy Sunday, everybody. It's just an open discussion about just about anything, really. So I'd be happy to try to answer questions, or if there's a topic, we could try. Yes, if y'all are going to be here and enjoy, please hit the thumbs up button for me. This is my YouTube has become, when I first started YouTube, I thought, I wonder if I ever would make any money on YouTube because really it takes a lot of subscribers and all kinds of stuff. And I thought, oh, someday if I could just make a couple $100s a month, which would be so nice with my Social Security, and I have my little Etsy shop. So I've kind of worked it out. I'm not making 200 a month yet, but I'm getting there. You know, it's getting there, and the way it gets there is people watching the advertisements and giving me thumbs up. So that's what y'all need to do. Donna said she had skin cancer in April with a skin graft. I looked like a koala bear that had a train wreck. Yeah, I've had actually right here, I had a basal cell uh, thing removed. It does, Catherine. I just have to not be lazy and make things. I'm not Chuck says my wife and I still would like to come to Knox City to meet you. Yeah, definitely. That would be so cool. Yeah, it takes time as far as money goes. Just don't think about money for a long time because it's not overnight. Some people, travelers, RVs that move, people that really go places, they have a lot more people that will subscribe and watch. So some people get really good at it real fast. Let's see. YouTube self camper van and pony says YouTube took all my videos off and I've been here for years back now. I wonder why they did that. Yeah, I have to be careful of sunscreen and cancer, skin cancer. Yeah, I'm definitely susceptible because my dad used to have things burnt off. He'd go to the dermatologist and he'd have to come back with all over his car lot tan. My dad was a car salesman. I don't wear sunscreen, but I don't sit in the sun either. If I am going to be in the sun, though, like the pool, I will put sunscreen on for sure. Yeah, if you've got 1,000 subscribers, you might as well start monetizing it. Yeah, I think the arms, because our arms are subject to being out the window, driving, and always in the sun. That's where I had mine. I had taken off there, and I had one on my ankle, so I'd have to constantly be aware. Hi, PNW Granny. I am definitely going to have to make an appointment. I haven't been to a dermatologist in a few years, and I guess it's time. Hey, Mike, take care and good luck on your van, and keep in touch, and come back and let us know what your YouTube channel is. Hi, Sally. Do you have what is your YouTube channel, Minivan Mike? I'd be happy to mention anyone's YouTube channel that has one. Yeah, I lost my husband to cancer, so I'm with you on that. It's a terrible, terrible disease and horrible to watch somebody with cancer die. So your channel is Minivan Mike. Okay, cool. Good luck with that. Yeah, Granny said if you have blue eyes, you should wear sunglasses to avoid cataracts. Yeah, I have green eyes, but my glasses turn dark in the sun. Your channel is I'm Not Chuck? Okay. And Catherine Weldon says, I have a YouTube channel, mostly Christian, some talk of diet, tours of my neighborhood. Catherine Walden. Okay. Hi, Jane. Let's see. Jeff says, my wife found out that she has cancer last week. Oh my gosh. Hoping to have it fixed very soon. Well, it depends on what kind of cancer. Some cancers they can get rid of. God willing, that's the kind. Yeah, the internet does help people. It helps me. I love it. Thanks, Jane. I'm glad to be home, and it was a good, safe trip. Yeah, I'll have to check out your channel. I'm not check. I didn't realize you had one. Well, definitely say a prayer for your wife, Jeff. I'm addicted to the van building videos too. That's funny, and I wouldn't be able to build. Yeah, yeah, doctors. That's another whole story. Is like I hate going to the doctor, but skin cancer is something you gotta definitely keep on top of. Right, Jane? Checking it out's important. I'm not. I one time I had a mammogram and they found a lump, so I had to go to and get an ultrasound, and they said, yeah, you've got a lump, and they didn't know what kind of lump, and basically they were like, you need to have it removed. So I went through this torturous procedure where you go to get your mammogram. It's not even a mammogram. It's like where the surgeon's pointing to the lump, and they push down on your breast, and then this doctor, this radiologist, had a long needle, and basically poked it in, pointing at the lump, and then I was like going to surgery, and they put a Dixie cup and taped it on. It was so embarrassing, and I hated the procedure, but thank God it was the lump was benign. It was a lipoma, and so I'm grateful. Yeah, I don't like to go to the doctors either, um, but wow, I'm reading. Sorry, trying to keep up with everybody. Yes, Jane. She says, "Yeah, me too." They sort of wire awful, painful. I know. Ah, it's going fast. Been there, done that too. So many friends weren't as lucky as us. Yeah, and the thing about where I went to the diagnostic clinic in Clearwater, Florida. So the day surgery was out in the parking lot in a separate building. Here I am with this Dixie cup poked out of this little dress I was wearing, looked ridiculous, and I'm on a wheelchair going to surgery. And you go in the front door of the surgery with everybody in the waiting room, and here I am with this Dixie cup, and the whole thing sucked. But the good part was I was fortunate, and I'm grateful. You're welcome. I'm not Chuck. I didn't realize you had a channel, and I'd be happy to subscribe to you too. Yeah, and that's one thing about YouTube too, is a lot of people start channels and then they never really like follow up and do videos. And I think to be successful, you have to really put a lot of videos out. At least that's what worked for me anyway. Yeah, it was barbaric. I don't know if they do. I don't think they do that anymore, but it was horrible. Hi, Timothy. How are you? I'm glad you're feeling okay, Granny. Yeah, it takes a lot out of you. Wow, we're getting into like medical now. Hi, Judith. Judith said, I was just diagnosed with burning mouth syndrome. Never heard of that. It was very painful. and it can last from months to years. It's a fungal infection. I'm using special mouthwash. You never know what can happen. Oh my gosh, I hope it's feeling better. Oh gosh, that's awful, Catherine. I don't want to read it because it's sad. Yes, definitely. I use baking soda toothpaste, which I should be, I mean, I want to go get my teeth cleaned, and I just $80 to have your teeth cleaned. Like, that's crazy. You know, money is tight, and doctors' offices are expensive, especially dentists. Oh, it's crazy to go get your teeth fixed. And I think a lot of um, heart disease and brain cancers and stuff come from somebody who don't take care of their, they don't take care of their teeth and they get an infection. And it should be part of regular health insurance, I think. Self Camper Van and Pony says, I'm uploading 2 videos this week, I guess she's meant, and uploading my old videos. Good. Jane says, next week, tell us a story about your life. I love stories. You know, it brings back memories of my own life. I enjoy your channel. Thank you. I try to tell stories. It's hard sometimes. I'll think of a story and then I'll forget that I wanted to tell you about it. Look at this, that I created my channel just to be able to correspond with creators. As a person with no channel, you cannot even message anyone. They took away messages. You can't message anyone anymore. Oh, I don't like doctor's office appointments, Fanny. I feel for you. Hi, Kathy Kincaid. Oh, thank you. Yes, I love my dogs. They are adorable. Lily's right next to me. Rosie's over there, and they're just hanging out. Wow, that's expensive, Susan. She said at my dentist cleaning and dentist checking my teeth, 150. Jeff said I fill my own cavities until I can afford a dentist. Whoa. How do you do that? I heard something. I didn't watch the video yet. Yeah, Caravan Carolyn says that she went to Mexico and got an implant, and she pulled it out, and she thinks that she's okay. All of her regular subscribers said, oh, it's going too fast. Let me see if I can back up. Yeah, so you go to Mexico and then you wind up having to go somewhere else again. But that can happen anywhere. Bar stories. Donna wants to know if I have any funny bar stories. I'm going to start doing some more beading. Someone asked me if I'm going to be doing any more. Yeah, now that the weather's broke, and it's starting to get where it's 70s, I'm going to go and definitely make some stuff. Yeah, but you have to, in order to get plaque out and really clean, you need your teeth cleaned, and it's been ages for me. I'm going to do it. I'm going to have to do it. I don't know. I don't know that, Catherine. Yeah, yeah, singing in Key West, that was my favorite place I ever lived and enjoyed for like almost about 2 years, 2.5 years. I loved living in Key West. Long time ago. Hi, Kenneth from The Kentucky Farm fam? The Kentucky fam. Hello. Welcome. Just got a hot flash. 81 people watching. I'm so excited. Yes, Timothy, I'm going to go house sit at Larry's on Wednesday, and I'll be there from Wednesday through Monday. That's going to be a very unique experience, I must say. I lived in Key West from 1978 to 1980, pretty much. That was when I was there. Hello, Rainbow Cat art drawing, coloring, painting for kids. It's a long title. Yes. Um, I'm trying to think about Key West. I'll tell you how I got to Key West and the reason I even went to live there. Hey, Kenneth, nice to meet you. I was living in basically living in North Miami, and it's before I met Kathy. And I had gone to visit California with a friend of mine. And when I got back to Florida, I wanted to go back to California. And my parents lived in North Miami at the time. And my dad and mom didn't want me to go living back in California. So my dad handed me the keys to his yellow Cadillac. He was a car salesman, and it was a nice caddy. And he gave me $100 and a MasterCard. And he said, you need to go to Key West and check it out and think about things. Don't be so quick to move. I took him up on it. So I, loaded a suitcase with some clothes and drove my dad's yellow Cadillac all the way down. I'd never been to the Keys. It was a really neat experience because if you've never been to the Keys, it's like you're leaving the United States. Little islands attached by road. And I got to Key West, and I drove all around the island, and I was trying to find a place to stay. I think I stayed like at a motel. I did stay at a motel the first night, and then I drove and parked down Duval, which is the main street. And Key West is only 2x4. That's the mile, 2 miles by 4 miles, 12 miles around. And I walked down to Duval Street, and it said there was a sign in chalk on a board. It said, "Talent contest tonight. Winners get a job at this place called Logan's Lobster House." I thought I'll do that. So had my guitar, and that evening I went to this place. I think the name of the place was Rick's. I don't know if it's still there. And I played the guitar and sang, and I won the talent contest. And I got a job at Logan's Lobster House, like 5 days a week. And I called my dad up and said, "Okay, Dad, Mom, I'm moving here." And basically, my dad helped me load a van. He gave me I had a big green van, and I did fix it into a camper van too. I have been in a van, and I have that's another story in itself. But anyway, so I stayed in Key West for a long time. I turn that off. I don't think people need to see how many people like me or dislike me, but I see them. So even though you don't see it, our channel, we see it. Yeah, it's a fun place to go. It is. And especially when I was there. And I just played guitar and sang at this club for a while. Hey, Warren, NC Van Man, how are you? I'm doing well. Yeah, it was Master Charge back then. That's right. Anyway, I stayed for like a few days and went and got this job and went back to the North Miami and packed up the van and came and found a place to live. I lived with like 3 French Canadian people that I met at Mallory Square, which is a place where everybody meets for the sunset. And I got a little bedroom, and in my bedroom I had an air conditioner. I think I was the only one in the place that had an air conditioner. And I got that job, and then from that job, for the full time that I worked there, I never had anything but singing and playing guitar. And I loved it. And I worked at this one place for over a year. It's still there, called Two Friends Patio Bar. And all the waitresses and bar people, we would every Friday morning we would have a Kahlua party. We would make homemade Kahlua. You make it out of coffee and vodka. You'd get the recipe, and you would make the bottle of Kahlua, and you would have people over, and everybody would bring food, and we would have a like a Sunday. It was a Friday morning. It was called the Friday morning Kahlua party, and we had some good times. Hi, Julie. I just saw you in forget whose video it was. So that was a really cool time for me. I was like, 30 years, 28 years old when I moved there. I never made a CD because when I was doing it, we had videotape, we had little cassettes. So it's something that I wished I would have had, you know, gotten of me playing, since I don't play much anymore at all. So where are you at, Julie? Where you parked? Because home is where you park it. Yeah. By the way, so like I believe it was like 1979, maybe. I was playing guitar and singing at a cruise at this big ship at the time, and it was just there in the winter, and they were from Portsmouth, New Hampshire, and I would play guitar and sing on the top deck while they were out for like a really nice dinner cruise. I have to find I have one. I don't know where it is now. And so they offered me a job in the summer to go up to Portsmouth, New Hampshire, and sing. They have a whale watching job. Hi, Nancy. So I thought, that's cool. So I paid this guy. I had a couple guitars. I traded this guy a guitar, this carpenter, and he built me a bed frame and a closet. I didn't have a kitchen per se, but I had a sleeping van, and I drove up to Portsmouth, New Hampshire by myself. I camped in my van the whole way. I really like Beach Cricket. She's one of my favorites, by the way. Maybe it was Beach Cricket. Susan says, my mom and I went. Okay. Are we back? I think I'm back, but I'm not sure. I just had to put my hotspot on because my internet was failing. Huh. I'm back. Sorry about that, guys. Joan said her grandchildren used to live in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. It's a really historical town. It had really the best seafood I think I've ever eaten. Sorry about that. Yeah, I had to put my hotspot on. Our internet just went boo down. Yeah, so I'm sorry I missed a few things, but anyway, I did do a little van travel when I was in my like 29 years old. Hi Judy. I'm glad y'all waited for me. Trying to see what's going on here. Anyway, yeah, that was quite the that was a big experience. I went to Portsmouth, New Hampshire. I found an apartment. It was 3-story walk up. That's how young I was. It didn't bother me. Thanks, Jennifer. I need to do my hair and I need a shower. And it was April. I remember going to Portsmouth. It was April and it was freezing in Portsmouth, New Hampshire in April. And then I lived in this 3-story walk up for I think 6 weeks while I was there. I don't remember all the details. I just remember that I couldn't get my I had a trunk, and in the trunk was all the kitchen pots and pans and things to cook with. And I went to this restaurant and I met this guy and asked him if he would come back to my. It was downtown Portsmouth, and he helped me pull up the big trunk. I've been a lot of places in our country. I've never been out of our country other than Mexico and the islands, Canada. But I have done a lot of travel. The most beautiful autumn I've ever spent, speaking of autumn, I don't know who was speaking of it, but was in New York, near the Adirondacks. Oh, thank you, Catherine. I will. I'll save it for my trip. Actually, I have a lot of things to do this next month. I have to pay for registration for my vehicle, which is, the month of your birthday coming up. I need to take Rosie to the vet. She's got she's got a little lump on her chest. It's real soft and pliable. I think it's like a lipoma, but I put things off. Joanne said I was a baby oil tanner in the 70s and ended up with 2 malignant spots. Ooh, on my face. Yeah, you have to be checked. We were all out in the sun way too much, I'm sure. Granny Pacific Northwest Granny said my son lived in Maine from it goes fast. When he was in the Coast Guard, basically. Hi Teresa. I'm so glad you have enjoyed them. Jeff, have a great rest of your day. Thanks for coming in. Yeah, I got all confused. Just, getting offline and then having to get back online but anyway, yeah, I had a lot of experiences. Autumn in New York, that's what I was saying. Oh, it's beautiful in the mountains. All red and green and yellow and orange. Jennifer says, really dumb question. Sorry, but what is the deal with the blue wrenches? When you see a blue wrench in a talk like this, that means they're moderators. So if trolls come in, they can put somebody in a timeout and they can also block their comments. That's what the wrench is. I'm glad I don't get that many. There's no dumb questions. Remember that. Teresa from Buffalo. How's the weather in Buffalo? Somebody asked me today and I didn't know. Oh, Tim, that you like the weirdest things. No offense. I hope you can get a quick video of the Abilene airport when you take Larry to the airport. I love airports. You love airports and you love cooking and you love you love a lot of stuff. Maine's a beautiful place. I only went to Portsmouth over the little bridge I think it's called a Gunquit, Maine. I went there and it's gorgeous up there. And the seafood is divine and easy to get. And that's the first place I ever had clams. They have like a little, I forget what they're called. They've got like a little shoe, and they're like got a black thing, and you dip them in water to clean them, and then in butter, and that black thing comes off, and it's all clam, and you eat it, and it's really good. So Buffalo is chilly, overcast with a high in the 50s. Oh, getting kind of warm. Maybe getting kind of cold. I'll be all right. I do like the 50s. I have a feeling we're going to have a cold winter. We had a very hot summer here in Texas. Next thing you know, it's going to be icy, and I'm going to be like, it's snowy. Yeah, it's the beginning of fall. Yeah, I pretty much only have nice folks. Once in a while, every now and then someone that doesn't like you decides to come in and try to destroy your chat, but not today. Yeah, I could just really enjoy a lobster roll. Wouldn't that be yummy? Yeah, we don't want no tornadoes. Now, Buffalo has beautiful autumn, lots of leaves falling. I think it's a really good time of year. The only thing bad about autumn is my birthday because I get older, but I'll take it. That's interesting. The smoke. Granny says she's in the Pacific Northwest. She said that they had some smoke that fooled the trees to turning colors there early. No kidding, Julie. Julie Tooley says, with me here, 103 degrees in the desert, so it's normal. I thought it was getting cooler in the desert. Not yet, huh? Soon, Julie, it will get cool. What part of the desert are you in? Are you still near um what's the name of the town in the desert? Near the mountains. Hi, Catherine. Welcome. We got Kathy, Catherine, and Catherine. Wow. So the Pacific Northwest, they're in September, middle of September, and they are already golden. Flagstaff. That's what I was thinking of. Thank you, Catherine. Yeah, no, they're not in quartzite now, I don't think. Oh, okay. You're near Tucson right now. She said nights and mornings are real nice. I'm in the Tucson side of things. Teresa says, I love going to the Allegheny State Park each year to see the leaves change. So pretty. Yeah, I remember, one year I went to Philadelphia with this boyfriend of mine, and we went to the Poconos, and it was autumn, and we, parked, and we were walking through all the leaves and the crunching and the colors. It was stunning. Donna said, every time I am in Toronto, they ask me if I'm from Alberta. Must be my southern accent. I guess, right? I don't know. I love Canada. I've been to Vancouver and British Columbia, and of course Ontario. We're near Buffalo. Catherine says Ontario has an accent, not Alberta. We don't say A out here. Hey, Rosie. Oh, there you are. I didn't know that you were back there. I didn't know you were back there. Say hi, Lily. Oh, hi, everybody. I didn't know Lily was back there. Say hi. I'm my baby. Baby girl. Okay. Whoa. Jennifer says, perfect summer day in Seattle. Come visit me. I'll cook pot roast and homemade biscuits for y'all. Yay, that sounds good. My little sweet Lily. She's so little, I just didn't know I felt something back there. Didn't realize she climbed up there. I'll tell you what, one thing's kind of sad is my very dear friend Bonnie Lou lives in the Mount Shasta, California area, Dunsmuir, and they've got such bad fires and smoke, and they're like they're like prepared to leave their house. It's awful. Catherine says, "What question? What is the prettiest view you have seen? One of those scenes you'll always have in your mind's camera roll." I've had a lot of them, but the one that comes to mind is the beautiful autumn colors up in New York. Kathy and I did the Renaissance Fair for 9 years, and one of the fairs is in New York, up by Tuxedo, New York, which is only like 45 minutes from the city, but it's up in the mountains. And there were lakes. There are like 7 lakes, and in the middle of October, you drive around the lakes and it's like there's mirrors, because the lakes and the trees are tall and they're like all different colors, from green, lime, yellow, red, orange, and they're reflecting on the lake. And I think that's what a scene that when I think about something beautiful, that's a scene. I've got some photos if I ever get my photos out to share that with you. Catherine P said, it's nice that you got to travel a lot. Nice memories. Whoa. Where is one place you really would like to go? You mean like back to? Because I'd like to go a lot of different places. I want to see I have never seen the Grand Canyon like from the ground. I've seen it from an airplane. So that's someplace I'd like to see. I've been on on the Colorado River, and I've been to the desert on a horse with no name. Now I'm into the desert, Palm Springs and Joshua Tree, Lake Havasu. So I've been there, and I really would like to see the deserts. I think the best time to be in the desert is in spring, when the desert flowers are in bloom. That's beautiful. And I love being on a cruise ship and watching the ocean and the islands. My eyes have seen so much beauty. I'm grateful. Another really cool place is the Chesapeake Bay, going from Virginia to Maryland, I think. And it's a long, long, long bridge on the water. That's really a cool drive. Thanks, Catherine. Knox City is looking really good today, actually. I got home from my trip and I was like so grateful to be in this quiet, beautiful little town. We've had a lot of rain, so it's really clean right now, and no dust, and it's just beautiful out today. But I was so happy to be home in my little tiny town, and family night last night, I just had such a good time. And I've got a video when I'm done with the live stream. I'm going to finish. I've got a video that's edited and uploaded, and then I'll put that out, because I show family night, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, like usual. But I was so happy to be home. I've been on like 5 cruises. And if you ever want to go on a good vacation where you don't have to do anything, like, when you're camping, camping takes effort. You gotta, make the fire and make your food, but cruising on a cruise ship, you are pampered. You are taken care of. Your bed's made when you leave the room. Uh, Everything is turned down beautiful at night. The food is good. And of course, if you have a balcony, That's the place to be, watching the ocean. Definitely, if you get a chance to go on a cruise, and if you have a chance to get a balcony room, definitely treat yourself because that's the way to go. It is, SG Devotee. Cruising is like the best vacation ever. It's like, because a lot of times you go on vacation with your family and or your husband and the kids, and you're like busy cooking and making sure people are eating and going to the store, and you don't have to do anything like that. Everything is done for you. Yeah, but you don't get seasick on those big cruises. I've never gotten seasick. Looking good said in my 20s, I had an apartment right on the beach in Chesapeake Bay near Norfolk, Virginia, with a view of the bridge, one of my favorite times in my life. That it's a beautiful area. I can see where that would be. Jennifer Daniels said, I really was mad about the way you were treated by that lady. If I were there, I would have had a super fun time. Yeah, I thought we were all gonna, get to know each other a little bit and have dinner, but whatever. Whatever meaning, if they didn't, I guess I wasn't part of their group. NH Libra says, Debs, I was in the other room answering my door. I heard you talking about the the clams you ate up there. Those the, are they called little necks? Is that what they're called? Little neck clams? The devotee said that, it goes fast. Sorry. The ship moves to several ports of call, and the food is great. It's better than good. It's good, and the ships are so big you feel like you're on the ground. Yeah, it's like a big floating hotel. They're so huge. Really, I'm sure there's times when it gets a little wavy. I don't know. I mean, it depends on the time of year you travel. Yeah, I don't have any money to go on a cruise anymore, Judith. Believe me. But I went to San Juan, Puerto Rico on a cruise with my husband. The last cruise and the last really nice vacation was him and I, and we went to San Juan, Puerto Rico, St. Kitts, and San Croix. Really wonderful. That's it. I have good memories. If I never go on another cruise, at least I've been. So, you know. Randy says 74 degrees outside, a little sun. It's great. Yeah, it's perfect up in the Northwest. Susan says, love taking my trip to the Galapagos Islands, 2004. Another awesome trip on a small yacht. It rocked and rolled, but it didn't bother me a bit. Hi, Baba. Boba. Yeah, I've never gotten sick on a cruise ship. Um, I have been where we're sitting at the table and you can feel it moving, but it didn't bother me. Yeah, I bet she does. I bet it's gorgeous. The Galapagos. That's like near Africa, I believe. I think. Teresa, I would love to take another cruise, but the cost of a cruise is way above me right now. Celtic Thunder does a cruise once a year. Now, wouldn't that be a fun cruise for me? But, who's got that kind of money? I don't. Yeah, I'd love to go, Jane. The cruises cost a good bit of change, especially if you want to be with a window at least. I've seen I swam with the stingrays on one of my trips. That was fun. Yeah, I don't know about paying something off in payments. I'd love to go on the Celtic Thunder cruise, though. I really love the music. I'm sure it'd be fun no matter, I mean, any cruise you go on is pretty good, I think. I don't want to be in an interior room ever. If I'm going to go on a cruise, I want to see outside because I am kind of a I don't know if I would like a room without any windows. Looking Good says at the same time I was a singing waiter at the Spirit of Norfolk dinner cruise on the Chesapeake Bay. Lady Debs, we are kindred spirits. Yeah, I've done the same thing on a dinner cruise boat out in Key West. And Nana says I don't want to be stuck on a boat with people. Yeah, Jane, I don't I've seen the rooms that are in the middle. They are cheaper, but I don't want to go like that. So I probably won't go, but I there was a place in Florida that one time I don't remember what year it was where there were singing waiters and waitresses. And it was fun. That's why you don't cruise. What? Because you're claustrophobic? I think if I was going to go alone on a cruise, I don't think I would go alone on a cruise. Actually, I'd want to share a room with somebody, a friend. Well, even on a cruise, you choose who you want to be around. You can be by yourself on a cruise ship, believe it or not. That's how big they are. I never had any fear while I was on a cruise. Now, I didn't cross the ocean. We were, in the Bahamas and we were in the Caribbean. It was always, I mean, just really enjoyed every single cruise I've been on. I have a story about a cruise, but I'm not going to tell it today. Jane wants to know how expensive a trip is. Um, if you want a nice room, thanks, R.C. Robertson. Um, you're gonna spend you're gonna spend some money. Like I would say a 7 night cruise, which believe me, you want to do 7 nights at least. 10 is even better, but 7 is good. And I think we paid like $2,500, 2,300 for two of us, something like that. It wasn't horribly expensive because there's cruises that can cost you $5,000 too. Um, you probably can get a room for yeah, but for 329, you're going to be in a obstructed view or have no windows, and it's not 7 nights. Can't be. I don't know. I'm not saying it can be, I guess, but you get what you pay for. That's another thing. Just think about that. Susan went on that cruise to British Columbia and to the Galapagos by herself, and she said she made a lot of friends. Yeah, the interior part just not for me. I would love to do the cruise to see Alaska. That would be such a nice way to see it. Yeah, approximately, Jane, about 1,200 a person. You can get them for a little less. There are deals out there, but generally speaking, something that's nice and a really good cruise line, and you know, you're gonna pay. I'd like to see Alaska, but I'll never probably drive there, so the cruise would be the only way. That's too far of a drive. Now that's too long of a drive. If I had my husband and we were together, I would drive to Alaska. I mean, you gotta, I want to be with someone. I don't want to be all by myself when I'm traveling all the time. Donna said, my friend gambles a lot and we got great rooms. Yeah, if you're gambling, right? Yes, Libra says $3.99 is next to the engine room downstairs on the inner. Devotee said, even though Carnival is considered cheap, I love them. I've been on the Carnival cruise, like 3 different Carnival cruises. I went on the Imagination, I was on the Sensation, I was on the original Carnival. Jane, it's funny. Julie said, right, that's a long ways to go by yourself. You're so much fun with a group, or certainly a mate. Yeah, at least a friend. You're going to meet people. I'd say that you could meet people on a cruise ship and have a great time. But I'd like to have someone with me. It'd be nice to have a roommate. Granny, you've been a lot of places. She said she went to see her son, who was stationed in Anchorage. Yeah, I heard about that, April, about the highway where people have disappeared, ladies. So, oops, fast again. Hold on. Devotee said, I've been on the Fantasy, the Inspiration, the Glory, and the Liberty. Wow, that's a lot. My parents had their honeymoon on the Carnival in 1990. I've been on the first Carnival cruise. Now they're happily divorced. That's funny. Looking good. Let me see. My late mother's favorite was Holland America. She said they were finer. Yeah, my last cruise was on. I'm trying to think of the name of the company. The name of the ship was the Eclipse. Celebrity. Yeah, that was the fanciest cruise. The last one I went on. That cruise ship my husband and I both went on. He had gotten some sort of like a check from disability that was like proactive, so we had extra. And we went on, yeah, like we went on the Eclipse. And the neat thing about the Celebrity line, it was gorgeous. It had several restaurants. We went to each restaurant and they were fantastic. But on the top of the ship, they had a lawn, a regular lawn growing. And you could have like cocktails and cheese platters and fruit on the lawn. They'd spread out a blanket and there was a glass blowing big like art a company that did art glass blowing, and that was up there, and they'd have like jazzy music. That was really cool. Yeah, at least I have those memories. So if I never do another one, at least I did do it. Joe Copley says I'm supposed to go on a cruise next year, but I told my daughter she was going to be laughing her butt off watching me wear a life jacket all the time. I'm on the ship. Iceland, that's far away. Enjoy your dinner, Catherine. Thank you for coming in and monitoring. I mean, yeah. So I've been on a lot. I've been on cruises. It's not like I didn't get to do it. I will be happy just to be able to, go to RTR. I think it'd be fun to like have they have cruise ships and you can have like 4 people in the room, and that would be fun for like 4 ladies to all have each other and go on a cruise together. That would be, and it would be more reasonable too. Teresa, I haven't made it on a cruise yet. I used to work for the airlines and traveled as much as I could. Yeah, sometime if you can treat yourself to a cruise, definitely go for it. Jennifer Daniels says, we have ferry boats that are really fun and inexpensive getaways. Yeah, that would be fun. You've done a lot of traveling, April Nana. Wouldn't that be fun? We get four, really four to a room is plenty. But y'all have they have like beds that pull down. So like, it's like, I don't know if they're like bunk beds, but beds that kind of come down. I would do that. It's getting to that time. I'm going to start dinner. I got to eat something. And my dogs are going to need to eat. It's been a lot of fun, though. I really appreciate each and every one of you for coming in and talking. Jones RV Adventure said, how about a paddle wheel boat up the Mississippi? I'd love to go on a river cruise. That would be really nice. Yes. So if you're going to go, I'll take one bed. Count me in. Looking Good said, my two nephews are musicians who graduated Berklee College of Music in Boston. They both work on cruise ships. One is a drummer and the other a bass player. That's neat. That's a cool job for a while. Because you're living on, you think a van is small? They live in these little tiny rooms, the people that work on the ship. It was nice chatting with all of you today, and I really do appreciate you. Please don't forget to give me a thumbs up. And when you're watching my videos, if you can stand it, to look at the advertisers for a minute or two, it helps. I need it, and I appreciate it. I would like to do that, Jennifer. She said several Seattle to Bremerton. Yeah, there's a lot of islands, and I'd love to go back up to Washington. I've never been on the coast. I've been to Seattle. So anyway, till next time, I'm going to put a video out in a little while, so you'll see the last few days, and I hope you enjoy that. Hi, Candid Candy. I hate to leave, but I have to, they say I hate to leave you, but I really got to go. I hate to leave you, but I really got to go. Hugs to all of you. You have a good evening, too. Thank you very much. Anytime, Kathy. Okay, here I go.